Hello everybody, how are you? This is Andrea and welcome to another episode of Drawing Time. Today I will be working on one of my Christmas charms designs. I am making them for my upcoming December Patreon online hangout, so I can have some cool goodies to give away. As you can see, I've already done Jess, so the next one I want to do is Brie. At the moment I am in Adobe Illustrator. That is where most of the work will be done since I want my illustration to be vector. But for the initial sketch I will use Photoshop. In case you were wondering, I use a Cintiq Companion 2 as my drawing computer. Here I am quickly setting up some shortcuts and then we are ready to start sketching. In terms of brushes, I just use the default Photoshop brushes. I have the pressure sensitivity linked with the brush size and transparency to get a more softer effect. Now that I am happy with the sketch, I simply copy it into Illustrator. And now I just begin tracing the sketch and turning it into a vector illustration. I mostly use the pencil tool for the more organic and complex shapes, and then I use the pen tool for anything else. Drawing in Illustrator is a completely different experience compared to Photoshop. Photoshop feels very fluid, while Illustrator is very technical and structured. They're both great programs though, I use them at work every single day. It did take me quite a while to get used to Illustrator. Before I got my full-time job, I mostly used Photoshop, but then I slowly learned how to work in Illustrator as well. I'd say that the hardest thing to get used to in Illustrator is making sure your illustration stays neat in terms of keeping all the elements organized. There is a lot of playing with groups, layers, copying elements just one or two steps forwards or backwards than other elements. It really forces you to not be messy. Sometimes I think of Illustrator like a puzzle game. By the way, I always share my illustration work, including work in progress photos, on my Instagram, so if you want to keep track of that, you can find me on there as well. Okay, so all the main shapes are done. Now it is time for some simple shading. I I was thinking about what hair color I should give her, since you know my dolls change hair colors quite often. But then I've decided to give her the current chocolate and pink shades, plus I think it works quite well with all the red. When I do shading in Illustrator, it is all about gradients. Most of the time I just copy one of the already drawn shapes, then with the eraser, pen or pencil tool I reshape it, and then I change its fill color and apply a gradient on top. Most of my vector work has hard shading and more of a blocky, almost cel shading style. But for the tree ornament, I want to use soft highlights and shadows. I think they work much better. To make these charms, I will be using Zep Creatives. I've ordered custom charms from them before and they were really good, so I can't wait to get all these done as well. And this is it, she's all done. Chibi Brie is now ready to be put on the Zep Creatives template and be turned into an acrylic charm. If you want, I am happy to make another video when I get the charms, so that you can see how they turned out. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing how I create my vector illustration. Vector art is not very popular, so I hope this video shed some light on the differences between drawing in Photoshop compared to Illustrator. So this is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye!